Okay, so welcome back, everybody. Now, for the next step here is we're going to cut the pattern out. Typically, well, really, the only thing I use is the foil pattern scissors. There is a lead cane and lead lined scissors that you can use. Obviously, these are deeper grooves in the scissors, but since we're foiling this project, I'm just going to use the foil scissors. So what I'm going to do now is just cut the pieces out and put the cut pieces just basically into um, my pre-made 10-inch frame, and that's what we'll do today. And then the next segment we'll work on the colors. I do have some black that I'm going to use, um, some red here, and some white. So for the lettering, but we'll get to that in the next segment. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and cut the pattern out, and we'll go from there. Obviously these scissors and with the pipered pattern paper, you're going to have a lot of these little bits here. You're just going to cut best you can. Sometimes just to get this pipe. Now you could use regular scissors to do obviously the outside. Might be quicker, so it's probably what I'm going to do right now. The thing that's you'll have to do is use the foil scissors for obviously cutting inside the pattern. And then I'll probably take out my safety glasses slash bifocals. Got the little extra help with the seeing here. And we'll do some extra trimming too here, make sure. Sometimes what I do is I'll have an X-Acto knife and I'll just kind of cut around the shape. Just to get some of this out of the way. Okay, so we got kind of the pattern right here. So make sure to put those scissors up, because I have done that before. Start cutting a pattern and forget I was using the foil scissors. And so this is really kind of tricky. You want to kind of, I mean, again, it doesn't have to be perfect, because however you cut this, especially on glass, whether you go off a little bit on one side, it'll make up for the other. So don't worry about being perfect. I've learned that obviously in life and in art. We are our world's worst own critic when it comes to our art and our designs and our finished piece. So just remember that. There's a lot of pieces that I give away, and I always see, of course, the defaults in them and the imperfections when most of the people that receive our art do not see that and do not care. So just keep that in mind as we cut out these pieces and realize they're not perfect, or even that our artwork is not perfect. So these can be a little tricky, especially how you design them. I make mine a little more complicated, and that's just because I like to. But I definitely could make them simpler. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and start cutting these pieces out, and most likely fast forward this video. But there you go. I'm going to kind of clean up some edges a little bit. Make sure you got something smooth. And then what I do is just after I've cut this piece here, you just put it right in here. If you can see that, let me move this over a little bit. Just kind of start putting it together in my own little frame here. Okay, now the tricky part here. Okay, I've got it all cut out, placed in my board here. What I'm gonna do is clean up a little bit here. Just put that to the side. Now that I've got it all labeled, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer it off this board real quick, and then we're gonna most likely go back to me tacking it up with tacks just to kind of get a better idea of what pieces, how they're cut, and what I can possibly need to recut. Usually I don't have to recut or retrace a pattern, but sometimes that happens. So as part of my journey, I try to cut back on those mistakes. Be back shortly here. Okay, so cut out all the pieces, and I've decided to just transfer it from my regular shelving board to my Homostat table here. Locked it in, got my frame in. I've tacked every little piece. There's quite a bit of small pieces, so not my toughest job or toughest piece I've ever created, but definitely going to be a little challenge cutting and getting the shapes in. So here's what we have next. Like I said, I have my glass. I'm going to take a break now and come back in another day or so and film putting it on the glass and getting it dried. And obviously first getting the glass prepped, cleaned, and then sticking or using paste if I have to on the glass, the patterns. So stay tuned. Thank you.